This is Andy from Man City Fan TV. The Sharon Latham interview series is brought to you by selfieguide.co.uk. Go over and check it out. Hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. Another video, different country. This time I got back from Vilnius on Saturday afternoon, and yesterday morning at 6 o'clock I flew to Sofia in Bulgaria, where I am now. So anyway, I just thought I'd do a quick video, really, just to say I'm still here. I'm in a different country, and yeah, yesterday's game. I know Ray put a video out earlier, and I just wanted to say a quick hello to everybody, and just give a quick few thoughts, really. First off, this is not going to be a Liverpool video. Now, I saw some comments below Ray's video earlier. The fact that why we're talking about Liverpool. It's only in reply because at the end of the day, Liverpool, let's face it, Liverpool are our biggest challengers this season. There's no two ways about it. Yes, Chelsea and Arsenal are closing in, but I think over the season what we will see is ourselves and Liverpool probably pull away, and it's going to be a tight season. It's going to be nothing like last year. I still think we'll win it. I think over the season, I think we've got the better squad, we've got the better players overall. Yeah, I mean, on yesterday's game, just a couple of points I want to talk about. One is, sorry if this is bright, I've had to put a camera light on because my room is quite dark, and there's no natural lighting because it's dark here. It's 10 to 9 at night. Now, I saw a lot of social media, and I actually commented on some of it with regards to the Riyad Mahrez penalty miss, and I had my own comments on it as well. I think there's a fine line. I think we all tread, and that is between having an honest opinion about something, whether that be Mahrez or it be another player or whatever, and then it turning and crossing the line and turning to abuse. Now that I'm all over that, and I absolutely agree with some of the comments that were made. Andy Dixon made a very good point on Twitter today, and I don't think it's healthy. We're not like some other clubs that just completely dive all over a player. But on the flip side of that, also, I think it's only right that if something happens major in a game like that penalty miss, or whether it be a player underperforming, whoever that may be, I think it's only right that as fans we're entitled to an opinion on that, as long as it doesn't become abusive. I didn't read anything personally, but I saw lots of people posting this morning on Twitter about some so-called, and I do say so-called City fans calling for Riyad Mahrez to die. It don't even bear thinking about. These are clearly not Manchester City fans. They are just somebody who's latched onto the club for whatever reason, and are just stupid, childish keyboard warriors. So, I wouldn't potentially rise to it. I'd just ignore them, because I think every club gets that. We're getting it now because of who we are and where we are, and sometimes we need to take that as a compliment that we're getting fans from all across the globe. Sadly, within the brilliant overseas fans that we've got in the places like the US, who posted lots of fantastic videos and tweets on social media from the game yesterday, to the likes of Akio, that has done videos for us. They're passionate supporters. They're not keyboard warriors who just go on and change their clubs every couple of games, every couple of seasons. These are people who just make random stupid comments. So I think it's honestly, it's only my personal opinion. It's just best to ignore them and focus on the real sort of debate and baiting that's on social media. I'll be honest with you, and some people go, why you bother? The Anfield Wrap, you saw Ray's video that he put out the other day in a two-parter, which was excellent. Gareth from the Anfield Wrap, I can't wait for the return leg, because that's what I'm definitely doing, pre-match preview. He comes across as extremely arrogant. I don't know whether it's a persona just to get clicks, but boy does he talk some garbage. So I can't wait for the return leg. It'll definitely be me versus Gareth this time. because he taught some shite. I watched the video that he's put out now with regards to yesterday's result, and everything is just pro Liverpool, yeah, which is fair enough. That's fine, and it's all about how. He made one comment which I replied on, so go over and have a look at the video. He basically turned around and said, City still haven't won at Anfield since Kevin Keegan era and Nicholas Anelka's goals. It shows you how shite they are. Well, in reply to that, Gareth, like I said under your video, they said after all the money we spent. Well, after all the hundreds of millions of pounds you spent, you still haven't won a title in 28 years. That shows you how utter shite Liverpool are. So, but anyway, one question, and this would be to any Liverpool fan. If you honestly could swap that Istanbul, which is all you ever go on about in 2005, if you could swap that trophy for 3 Premier League titles, would you? Serious question. Because if you turn around and say no, then you're lying. Because it would give you so much kudos and get rid of some of the garbage that you get off United fans. So you're talking utter nonsense. 3 Premier League titles in the last 7 years for Manchester City. I think we'd take that every single day of the week. Anyway, moving on, away from the garbage that the Anfield rap spout, and on to Manchester City in the game yesterday. I had a crappy stream. I got here and there was a wedding on in the hotel, a Bulgarian wedding, and it's not my favourite place on the planet, I must admit, though it's cheap as chips. But yeah, and I don't know whether they were taking up all the Wi-Fi or whatever, but the stream was in and out, in and out, in and out, and I must have changed it around 30 times. But I saw most of the game, apart from sort of the odd minute or two while swapping over the streams. I'm not going to talk about Liverpool because I actually thought they were garbage. I thought they were utter garbage. You know, they were hyped up by the media, they were hyped up by the fans and everything else, and the whole bus debate nonsense. And actually, they were poor. They were really poor. I think, was it one shot all game on target? I mean, Ederson was a complete bystander. And this is supposedly from the best front 3 in world football. I think it was Andy Dixon posted on Twitter today. Bournemouth have scored more goals than Liverpool. That shows you how dangerous their front 3 are. But that's nothing to take away from the defence. I thought Walker, Stones, Laporte, and Mendy in particular, who I've been critical of in a defensive role. I thought yesterday they were absolutely magnificent. Stones and Laporte, wow. And I've said it on video. I said it a couple of weeks ago. I am still like that over Laporte. You might go, Andy, you're fucking crazy. What are you talking about? Because I'd like to see him play like that every single game. Because on his day, he's absolutely class. But in some games he goes missing and he's very positionally unaware of what's going on around him. So he's still only young, and I said that in previous videos. He's got a lot of learning to do, but when he gets there in the next year or so, he's going to be world class. And with Stones yesterday, I mean, you've got Mane, Salah and Firmino, but yesterday I thought as a defensive 4, completely snubbed them out. And for all those who slag Fernandinho off, I thought Fernandinho had a superb game. Maybe not as good as Stones and Laporte and didn't stand out as much, but he just snuffed so much out. I thought he was brilliant. Overall, moving into the midfield, I thought Silva played in a very unusual role, but I thought Pep got his tactics absolutely spot on. He played him in an almost advanced role behind the back of Aguero, which was forcing the likes of Milner and Keita and Henderson back. All 3 of them were absolutely terrified of where Silva was. And I think that really played into our hands, that when they couldn't move the ball as quickly forward. And I think just that one little tiny piece of detail made a massive difference. So I think Pep got his tactics absolutely spot on. And I think overall, we'd all say, look, that first 20-30 minutes, if we can quieten the crowd, we've seen it before, what Liverpool fans are. They're boisterous for like 5 or 10 minutes. They sing You'll Never Walk Alone for 3-4 minutes before a game. But most of the time, that's it. They don't bring anything else to it. unless they're in the lead, or unless it's a massive game and it's tight, or it's very close, or they might be winning 1-0 or whatever. They're just non-existent. And all I could hear was City fans yesterday watching the game. So Pep was absolutely superb. Now, there's the debate about Mahrez and Sane, and I know a lot of people have posted on social media, look, Sane should have started over Mahrez, but as much as I think Mahrez hasn't had the best start to the season, I think he still needs time. He's not had a run of 4 or 5 games where he started. But I thought he played a very good defensive game yesterday, and yes, there are occasions where he does keep cutting in instead of going round the outside, but I think he was disciplined, and I think that's a big plus for him in hindsight. Thought Bernardo Silva had a really good game. I read on social media Sterling was garbage. Sterling wasn't garbage at all. He played a slightly different role yesterday. It wasn't all about getting the ball freely and just running away and taking on players. He played a really intelligent game, and it was more about sort of getting through that first half without conceding, not just one, but sometimes maybe 2 goals, and then seeing where the second half took us. And what we saw was almost complete domination in that second half, and I thought he got it spot on. We'd all have, we would have took 0-0, 1-1 before the game, without a shadow of a doubt, and then we had that opportunity at the end, which, I'm not going to go too much into it because I've already said my piece on social media. I thought it was wrong. I don't get this whole Pep interfering and telling Mendy to give it to Mahrez because of penalties that have been taken during the week. I mean, anybody can take 20, 30, 40 penalties in training and look good and go, oh, well, I'm sure Fabian Delph could hit 30 penalties and score 29 of them, go, he looks really good, give it to Fabian Delph. I think when you've got your natural penalty takers on the pitch, one being Sergio Aguero, will always take the penalties, regardless of missing. And I know people have said on social media, look, Lionel Messi misses penalties, Sergio Aguero misses penalties. Yeah, but how many did they score? And that's the difference. It's okay missing them. Everybody misses penalties. But I think really, when you've got a striker on, like Gabby Jesus, and yes, he has missed a couple of penalties, it just naturally falls for him. Or give it to somebody like David Silva or Bernardo Silva, who can just stroke a ball to anywhere on a sixpence. So why not take a penalty? But maybe it's down to bottle, I don't know. So fair play to Mahrez for actually wanting to do it. I think that probably sort of what that desire to want to think, oh my God, this could be the turning point in my season so far, because I haven't had a brilliant season and a brilliant start, and this could really endear me to the Man City fans. I don't think he needed to do that, and we totally understand. Was it a good penalty? No, it was shite, if I'm honest. I mean, nobody should be hitting a penalty sort of 6-10 yards over a bar. There's absolutely no need to it. You've got to make a keeper save it, like Ray said in his video. That's the least you need to do. But people miss them. Salavi, it's one of those things. But yeah, it's sort of, we come away from it thinking, if only we'd be 2 points clear going into the international break. Really give it to the Dippers, and show that with that hoodoo is over, even though it is now with a point. But it's one of those things. If I was Gabby, and I was a striker as a player, I'd be annoyed, because that's my job. My job is to take penalties and score goals, and especially when I get the opportunity when Sergio's off the pitch, it's my job, and then suddenly somebody's taking it away from me. I think Mahrez would have had a few words with Gabby and sort of really apologised, and I'm sure Pep did, as he said, with Jesus. And Jesus rightly, and if he didn't and just put his arms up and said, well, it don't matter, then he's not the type of striker that I think he is. He wants to score goals. You never see Aguero giving the ball to anybody else. No, it's his. He wants to take it. So anyway, it's a missed penalty. That's it. We move on. But I thought, I just thought I'd have my say on it. I thought Pep got his tactics absolutely spot on. I thought the 2 centre-backs were superb. I thought Mendy, attacking-wise, was, almost non-existent, because he was so good defensively, which really, really shocked me, because he's had some howlers, if I'm honest. But it was great to see him be disciplined. and he's only young. Let's face it. So yeah, big ticks in the box for Walker and for Mendy as well. But Laporte and Stones were absolutely superb, and are definitely our best centre back pairing. Thought Aguero looked frustrated, but worked his socks off like he normally does. And then Sane came on and changed the game in an instant. And sometimes, you know, we might say, well, we want him on from the start, but maybe as a sub, as an impact sub with 20 minutes to go. When, you know, Liverpool were clearly knackered. They're a team that if they don't kill you within 20-30 minutes, they're finished. They are literally finished. We saw that last season with the 4-3 game. They put so much into 20-30 minutes. They'll never last the season. That's why they won't win the league, because they're like a bully for 30 minutes, and you can take their punches for 30 minutes. That's it. They're on the knees. They're finished. Where we don't. We go 90 minutes, 93, 94, 95 minutes, whatever it takes. So sometimes bringing Sané on off the bench can kill a team, and he did that yesterday, and it was just a shame we didn't convert it. But yeah, interesting. Top of the league going into the international break. Can't ask for much more than that. It's going to be a close season. It's great. It's going to be exciting. It's great to see sort of 3-4 teams in and around it. It makes it that little bit more exciting, even though we'd all like to get 100 points and win it by 30 points this season. But it ain't going to happen. Too many teams have caught up slightly. So I think Mahrez, as the season progresses, we'll definitely see him coming through. Interesting that the attendance figures for Liverpool yesterday was 2,500 short of a full attendance, so that's another sort of tick in the box. What happened to your full stadium on big game nights? And so we've got big game nights, no noise, full stadium, not full, brilliant atmosphere, non-existent. Liverpool, best forward three in world football, another myth. Delusional dippers. So anyway, this is Andy from Man City Fan TV. Keep supporting the channel, guys. I'll do some more videos every night. I'm much freer this week than I have been for the last 3 weeks when I was in Vilnius. So fingers crossed, I'm going to go out and about. I've got the mountains just facing me. Like I said, it's for me, it's not the best city in the world. I don't particularly like it here, but there are some pretty places, and I'll try and get out and about and make some videos during the week. And yeah, we'll keep an eye on what's going on. Ray and myself will be posting regular videos every day. This is Andy from Man City Fan TV. Don't forget to subscribe, click notification, and we'll see you soon.